Welcome. We got the recording going. Hey, look at that. Boy, I'm not going to mess that one up ever again. Boy, I missed a good recording yesterday from Thomas, man. That was some golden nuggets. And today, kids, on the Kong Family Show, we got my buddy Gus Fahrendorf, and he's gonna give you guys some golden nuggets about his story. And that's what the Kong family is all about. It's all about sharing the gift that is Kangen water, that is Kong's water, as I call it. How do you think that gorilla got so big? Because he was drinking Kong's water from the base of that waterfall in the jungle. And that's one of the places where nature, God gave us this water. This water is available out there. But as the years have gone by, it's gotten less and less and less and less, and to the point now where there's only a few places in the world where you can find this water, and one of them is in that awesome little lightning bolt in a box that God and Mr. Ashiro blessed us with. And so we're really excited about that. But, the Kong family just has a real simple goal. It's real easy, real simple. We just want to change the world. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're going to do. And that's actually what's happening. If you tune into this, you'll get a really good glimpse of literally how we are changing the world, how people like myself and Gus and the rest of the Kong family are making such an incredible impact across this planet. And so it's really exciting. We're really pumped about it. And so with all of that said, we're gonna go ahead, and I want to introduce Gus. He lives in Wisconsin, and he's an awesome brother of mine. And I just want to have him go ahead and tell his story. But my first question, Gus, as it is with everybody that I bring in here, is, why? What happened? How come? What made you decide to look at Kong's water? What made you decide that it was something you had to have? Were you a skeptic like me? I know in the beginning, I thought it was the dumbest thing on the planet. And I laughed about it for about 6 months, but then I finally opened my eyes and my brain cell turned on, and I realized, holy moly, this is not funny. This is awesome and serious. And so, what do you have to tell everybody about that?
Well, it's kind of funny because, I got this friend on Facebook when I was running for Congress as a libertarian. He lives in Utah, some nut guy named Johnny Surprise or something, right? And he kept on talking about this Kong's water and stuff. And I never paid attention, never really knew what the heck was talking about. And then a couple years after that, I ended up going to an internet marketing conference, and there's a guy there speaking on biohacking. And I thought he did such a fantastic job on biohacking, and he's got a really good track record of bringing people back from the brink of death, where doctors couldn't even do it. I mean, you and I are clued into big pharma and big food, and, they're out for the almighty dollar. They're not really out looking for us. It shows by the chemicals they make and put in our Cheerios, right? So I read the book, and then my wife read the book. Well, actually, my wife got the book. She's reading it. Then I took the book from her, and then she took it back. So we ended up ordering another book. So we had to have two of them. I should have grabbed it, but I don't have it. And it's by Anthony DiClemente. It's just called Biohacking. He's got tons of information in there. And then he came out, and then there was a part in there about the water machine. Not Kangen to be exact, but alkalized water. He never really mentioned one machine over another. And then and then my wife brought it up to me. I mean, because I was already familiar with it, the alkalized water, right? Not to be confused with alkaline. There's no baking soda in this. This is true alkalized water the way God intended it. And then so we started talking about that, and I go, I know this JJ Surprise guy. And then so then you and I talk about it. And then by then the research has already been done, and it's a no-brainer. So I think we got it within a week or two of talking to you that final last time, and been using it ever since. Every morning I pack up my lunch box with 8 16-ounce bottles of water. Every morning I fill them. Throughout the day I drain them. So that's 1 gallon, 8 times 16 ounces, 1 gallon, all glass, all healthy and fantastic, and still has the bubbles in it. It would be better if I had a machine right here, but it's just not the case so far. So instead of going upstairs, I just like staying down here and going and drinking them through the day. And I got a couple stories which are absolutely 100% true. We have a very expensive washing machine. It was going on year number 5. We were this close to throwing it away, like 10 more minutes. We're going to just chuck it out. We could not get the smell out of the drum. It's a front loader. And I put through 2 full bottles of bleach, and would hit the drum sanitizer, and it would work for 1 or 2 loads. And that was it. And then the clothes were back to just smelling like mold and mildew. 2 runs through with the 2.5. You know, I put in a couple pints of 2.5, and it's a front loader, so it never drains all the water, right? So we let the 2.5 sit in there overnight, and then opened it up, and it smelled like a rainy day, a spring rainy day. And then just ran a drum cycle through, put the clothes in, it's never come back. And now we don't even use detergent. We take a big bottle, put it under the machine, and we run the 11.5 and the 2.5 in at once, because the 11.5 comes out quicker. So as soon as the whole thing fills up, we chuck that in the washer and then go to town, and we're done. And I weighed myself yesterday, 182. When I got the machine, I was 213. I shit you not. I'm not supposed to say that on a family show, Kong family show. It's the Kong family adult show. I would say that again, but I won't. I kid you not. 213 down to 182. I don't know what the math is on that, but I weighed myself the other day because I was on my last hole again. Because the last time I had to punch a hole, I punched another hole in the belt, and I'm like, holy cow, pretty slick. So those are my 2 biggest takeaways right there. Other than, and another thing with, you know, it's always got the, you know, replace all the chemicals and all the poisons in your house, whatever. I didn't really buy it for that. But over time, as we run out of the 409 and run out of all the other things, we would use those. I don't have any spray bottles here, but I've purchased bottles for them now for all the different ones. And the only thing we have left now is about a half a bottle of Windex in one of the bathrooms. We slowly but surely just phased them out. I didn't want to just gather everything up and throw them out in case it didn't work, but it does work. And it does work even better. In most cases, it does. In some things, like the water might streak a little bit, but you know, you just got to buff it a little harder on a window, and it's off because you're not using any poisons.
Yeah,
plain and simple.
Everybody says to use the beauty water for cleaning your glass.
For the windows, I thought it was I found something older, and it was the 4-point shine water. I'm trying to figure out how to get that one out of the machine. Could be a mixture, it could be something else, but yeah, it does have the beauty water.
The way you can get the like if you want a 4.5 water out of the machine, what you do is you run the 9.5, you hit the 9.5 setting. And if you got 9.5 coming out the top, you got 4.5 coming out the bottom.
That's true, because it usually
just collect the bottom stuff.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. That's how we do it.
And there's a book out there that's written by Peggy Parker, and actually we have a PDF of it. You probably already got that PDF.
Yep,
because of the fact that you're part of our team, you probably got that. It's called Creating a Chemical-Free Household by Dr. Peggy Parker. And it's 21 pages long, and it's nothing but how to utilize Kangen water to replace all that other stuff.
Yeah, so in all actuality, it is true. And then we notice that when you soak the strawberries in it, they'll last a little longer. If there's anything that does not last in the kitchen or in the fridge, it's strawberries. They're fuzzy within days. So we actually get a couple more days out of them. And you can see all the gunk that comes off. It's obviously many people have probably seen the images and the videos on the internet here. By the way, happy birthday, internet. 30 years today. Thank you, Mr. Al Gore. We appreciate that.
30 years today, huh?
30 years today it got released.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's you get to learn something new every day when you're around the Kong family, right?
Right, that's right. So we'll have a little.
Why don't you tell our audience what went through your head the first time you cleaned off your vegetables with Kong's water? Did you do the typical test that most of us do, where you take whatever it is you brought home and you clean it with tap water, and then you clean half of it with tap water, the other half with Kong's water, and then see the difference? Did you do that?
I did all the things that I saw on the internet, and didn't record them for some reason. I guess just because I figured I can do it anytime I want. But yeah, and it's all true. What I would like to do is test what's in that water to confirm what it is. I mean, it comes off, it's a different color. It won't come off in tap water, won't come off with vinegar, but it does come off with the 11.5, right? Because it's the oil emulsifier, which is true, kids. What they told you in high school, you can mix oil and water. You just got to know how to do it. And so the 11.5 being the emulsifier takes the oils off. So it's all sitting in there. And I would love to test that to see what it is. Because then that would really confirm what's going on there. And I, other than sending it somewhere and spending a couple $100, I wouldn't have any idea how to confirm what is in there. But it's there. I mean,
well, we actually have a scientist kid that's part of the Kahn family, and I've been reaching out to him. His name is Justin Ballard, and you should probably friend up with him on Facebook and send him a message and say, hey, Justin, I hear you're a scientist. I want to learn how to test what's in my water, when I clean off my vegetables and stuff, and say something to him like, I hear JJ's been reaching out to you about coming on the Kahn family show. Man, I can't wait to see you on there. Because he's just a young kid, too. He looks like he's about 17, 18 years old. I think he's a little older than that, but he's a great inspiration. All these youngins that are involved with the Kahn family, they really give me great hope for the future. Seeing these young kids that have the vision and the drive and the motivation to be able to, change their lives at such a young age. I wish I would have known about this water when I was their age, because, the truth is it was around. It was here, and I honestly believe that my mother would still be here with me today had I known about this water. And, barring some sort of a tragic accident or something, I think she would have been here, because I really believe if I'd have been able to get her to drink this water, that her body would have been able to heal itself, instead of, passing away from taking 22 different poisons every day and having a cyst develop on the backside of one of her kidneys and poison her spinal fluid and turn her into a vegetable in 4 days. And
Jesus,
that was the end of it. And it was brutal. And I think about her every day, and I miss her still. And that was clear back in 1990.
Wow.
And, all those years ago, it still hurts when I think about it, but I know she's in a better place. And I just wish, it's part of my driving force as to why I'm so adamant about this water and why I've got so much passion for sharing it with people, because I really want to hopefully save people from having to go through what I went through with my mom.
Yeah.
So what kind of, I know you said information about the weight that you've lost, that's like 21 pounds. That's pretty awesome. Were you doing anything to try and actually take weight off? Were you doing any workouts? Did you change your diet a little bit or anything like that?
Change the diet a little bit. I don't buy white bread anymore. So it'd be the two of them, I guess.
Mm-hmm. What kind of diet change did you do?
Oh, no, I just stopped buying white bread.
That's it, huh?
Yeah. I mean, we still have date night every Friday, and I go out and eat whatever I want. And I stopped buying donuts and stuff, 5, 6, 10 years ago. And junk like that. So that didn't have anything to do with it. I was still at, 213. It would be the water and then white bread. Plain and simple.
What about things like soda pops and Gatorades? Did you used to drink that kind of stuff?
Oh, yeah, but like 10 years ago. I mean, I cut those out. I won't say 10 years ago. I'm 53. I cut those out probably when I was around 45. Sodas, all the junk. I mean, that just kind of just went by the wayside, when we got married. This is my second time around in the marriage. We kind of just slowly like, okay, let's start eating better. And then so, years ago when I was about 45, 46 is when all that stuff got cut off. So that wouldn't have an immediate response to the weight. I mean, the weight just really just fell off. So white bread, and then even more than the white bread, I probably ate a lot more tortillas, the flour tortillas. That was probably like a 4 or 5 day event, 4 or 5 time a week event, because I use that more than bread. But I just call it white bread because that's what it is.
Yeah, right.
That's what I was doing. I was doing my calculator here.
Echo's going off. Tell him
That's 31 pounds. 31 pounds, not 21 pounds.
31 pounds. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Well, so much for my math skills.
Yeah, that's what I used the calculator. I know. There's some things I can do, but I don't know.
Math has never been my big thing.
What's that?
I said math has never been my big thing.
No, never has. It's not that. Yeah, I think I see it.
Morning, Brandon and Ricky. Good to see you guys here.
Yep. So no. You can go Google it. Get it on Amazon. I'm not going to give you an affiliate link. This is incredible on what he does. Water and everything else. So much. His presentation was fantastic. So if you want to see it again, it's Anthony DiClemente. Go check out some of his YouTubes and stuff. I mean, the guy's really got it all together.
So he's talking about healthy, you know, when he's talking in this book, is it talking about how so much of our food has basically been biohacked or something like that?
And other health things to do, like, you know, go jump in the cryogenic freezer for 3 minutes every month and massage and just so many just different natural healings. Which is funny, as you were talking about your mom, not funny, sorry, but as you were talking about your mom, it made me think of, okay, because, yeah, people get hooked up on the chemo, and all that is that just kills cells, and it's a race of killing bad cells versus good cells. Which one's going to win, right? And I wonder how many people know that chemo is actually a derivative of mustard gas, brought to you by one of your favorite and my favorite big pharma companies, which shall remain nameless because we don't need to be sued on this show. But go Google it. It's there.
Yeah.
I mean, the atrocities these big pharma companies now own big food companies as well. The things they gotten away with over the years, and then they'll change their name and everybody thinks they're the friendly aspirin downtown. And it's like, that's not the case, man. It's a sad state of affairs and really shows how nasty some human beings can be to other human beings.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, never underestimate the amount of evil that there is out there in people when in their chasing of the almighty dollar. And
yeah,
you know, some people just have that kind of thing in them, and sometimes they change. And you know, that's one of the things that's really our goal, is to change people. You know, I know we do this morning motivation thing every morning at 7:30 a.m. Mountain Time, and you know, it's a big changer. I know it's really shifted my life in the last, I've been going into it every morning for the last about 4 months. I took a little hiatus from it while I was down in Tucson, but you know, now I'm back at it, and it's a really powerful thing to interject positive mindset into your brain cell every morning. And you know, it's amazing how it shifts the day. There's saying win the morning, win the day.
I attended once and it was great. I have to do that. It's just like that comes up at 8:30 my time, and I'm already rolling in other things. So I should just set a timer and then jump, because I think it's like 15, 20 minutes or something like that.
It depends, you know. So we've had them go as long as like an hour and 15 minutes, but normally they're around about 30 to 45 minutes.
Oh, longer than I remember then, unless I jumped out early. Yeah.
The longer the more people that are in there, and you know, it just depends on the show, on the day, because gosh, I'll tell you, sometimes it seems like 15 minutes and it was an hour, because the time just flies by so fast when you're getting interjected with positivity. You know, one person after another interjecting one positive thing after another, and you just like, wow, this is quite the powerful thing to be putting into your body, you know, because, and it goes right along with the whole Kong family narrative, and that, you know, we want health in our mind, in our body, and with our wealth. You know, you really need to have a healthy mind, a healthy body, and a healthy bank account, really, to have all the freedom and that is life, you know, that this life offers. You know, you need spiritual health as well, and that's really what this is all about, and what this company is all about. And you know, just the the incredible benefits that we get from it.
Oh, yeah, it's all three of the pillars of life, man: health, wealth, relationships.
You
You know, relationships with yourself, your family, your spiritual leaders, the whole ball of wax. Health, wealth, relationships. You get those three pillars right, it's going to be a beautiful life, and not only for yourself, but all the people you get to help. And then if you're like the Collins family, which I am, and I know you are, and I'm sure a lot of other people are, you feel better when something you did, something you said, an action you did, whatever, when you get to help somebody else and then they thank you. And it's like, that's more potent than cash. That's like, whoa, that'll get your butt out of bed more than the money, that'll get your butt out of bed more in the morning than $100 bill.
Yes, it will. Yeah, I tell people all the time that this is by far and away the most rewarding thing that I've ever done. And I've been of the entrepreneurial spirit pretty much my whole life. I've been self-employed since I was like 18, 19 years old. It was the last time I punched a time clock, except for one little stint. I did a little stint up at Snowbird ski resort because I wanted a ski pass. And so I was punching a time clock every morning at like 5:45 a.m. so I could go park cars, and then they gave me a free ski pass and I could ski up a storm.
Well, that's
nice. So that's the last time I punched a time clock. And all the different things I've tried, all the different, I've tried probably 15 different network marketing companies over the years. And, they all had one thing in common, in that you had to buy so much product every month. You had to, meet a certain quota every month and that kind of stuff. You had to keep stuff in stock, or, and that kind of thing. And this was really unique in that regard, in that once you make that investment, it's a one-time investment that you're never going to have to make again. And then you literally become the manufacturer of your product. You have the manufacturing facility sitting right there on your countertop, and that's where you manufacture your product. And it's freaking awesome. And you can give away as much of your product as you want to, and it's virtually free.
Yeah.
Once the machine pays for itself, it took me about a year to recoup my expense on the machine, between the checks that I got from Enagic and the things that it saved us money on. Like when I was down in Tucson and had a toothache the first morning, I woke up with this nasty toothache right here. And I'm like, oh no, this is no good. I'm going to have to go to the dentist down here in Tucson. That's going to probably cost me a pretty penny, and instead I just gargled all day long, every 2 hours for about 2 minutes with the 2.5 water. And that toothache went away that day, and it has never come back. And that was over a year ago.
Nice.
And, so that's just one of the ways where it has saved me money. And I've got to count that towards, that's money I didn't have to spend.
Yep.
We've used it to take care of abscesses on our kitties, instead of taking them to the vet and paying $500 to $1,000 to have them do whatever they do. We just squirted him with Kong's water 3-4 times a day.
It works, man.
Problem solved.
Yep.
And, so that's been a tremendous blessing. What do you have to say about that? What have you been like giving Kong's water to your dogs? Have you?
Oh, geez, I can say this. The cat would drink water every now and then. Now the cat drinks water several times a day. Kind of freaky. The dogs, I've done experiments because I got the machine, got the little lightning storm and the 8 waterfalls in one box, right? We can put up tap and Kangen water. They won't touch the tap. I kid you not. It's true. They won't. I mean, if that's all that's there, at the end of the day, they'll go for it. You put them down side by side, they'll both go to the Kong's water, plain and simple, and they'll leave the other one. I mean, it's there it is. There's no two ways about it. We used to get, it's funny, I'm working on a webinar, on this thing for so long, dude, it's killing me. But I'm learning so much. We always bought water in the 5-gallon bottles and had the big dispenser in the kitchen, hot and cold water dispenser. It was just awesome because it's just so easy to use. After we got the machine, I got that water tested. It was tested, a couple of years ago by my son-in-law or stepson. And I'm like, whatever. I didn't pay attention to it, didn't care. It's water, it's here. But then after we got the machine and I tested the tap water, the Kong's water, and the bottled water was almost as bad as having a freaking soda. The junk that was in it. I mean, okay, this is bottled water. Why is there fluoride in it? Why is there chlorine in it? You know, and the pH level was like 5.5. And it's like, okay, this is costing me, I don't know how much. I have no idea. Probably $12 per 5-gallon bottle because I always get it delivered, right? That's pretty rude. I mean, all it is some dude in the city buying empty bottles and then hooking a hose up to them and slapping a new lid on them. And every couple of months, they'd have a different label on them, too. It's like somebody wants to shut them down, and then they reopened with a new label. So, I have no idea, but we stopped that, right? As soon as we got that tested, it's like, okay, well, we got the machine, so we were done anyway. But that just really firmed it up. It was like, holy cow, should have listened to Tyler in the first place. This is crap.
Wow, that's interesting. So your water there where you live at home, your water has chlorine in it?
The bottled water I was paying for, the 5-gallon bottles did.
What about your house water, your tap water?
We're down 320 feet. We got a well. The well is actually very good. It comes out 8.5 to 9, not 9.5, and certainly not 11. And then I don't have a millivolt checker though. So I'd like to get
those.
Because that just seems like a cool thing to have.
You can get it. The best place to get it from is Ion Faucets, ionfaucet.com. They're $125 for the one that I have, which is, you can spend up to like $350 on them. But this one for $125 works great. And, it's a great value. And they're Ion Faucets. They're Kangen distributors. They're they have all kinds of different things that help us when it comes to this water. And so that's just one of them.
Yeah, I have a feeling I've been to that site before. But yeah, it'd be neat to have one of those just to test. It's just for fun. Someday I might get into the water demonstrations, doing it in public. I have an idea for fishbowl campaigns and stuff like that to get the word out more. And like where I go into a deprivation tank every month, we got Float of the Month Club, so a local deprivation place, and then local place for massage too, like every month. So I got 2 weeks massage, 2 weeks deprivation tank, 2 weeks massage. So every 4 weeks I do each one.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm talking to them, and so you put a fishbowl out there and have everybody throw their card in and then contact them and get things together. Hey, have a lunch. It's like a lunch and learn type thing, but a little bit different, but the same thing in all actuality. So then I would have more of the tools for that, but that's something down the road a bit. I mean, I want to get quite a few other things up and running before that.
That's the place where you're going to be most interested when you test your well water is when you put the ORP meter in it and you see that it has a positive ORP. My water, I have some of the best water in the world. It comes off the mountains right here next to the house, goes down into a deep water aquifer, a deep well aquifer, and then it gets pumped up into my tap, and it doesn't have any chemicals, no fluoride, no chlorine, nothing. We actually had to go fight a lawsuit against the great state of Utardia to make it so we didn't have to put that stuff in our water, and we're literally the only municipality in the great state of Utardia that doesn't have fluoride and chlorine in our water.
Nice.
And we won a battle against the state to make it so we didn't have to do that. And so, but when I tested my water with my ORP meter, my water had like a positive 250 ORP, which is a really bad thing. That means that water is basically acid, even though when you put a pH drops in it, it turns blue. Because it's got a lot of natural minerals in it. And so it's on the right pH side of things. But if you take a straw and blow into that water for about 20 seconds, it turns as piss yellow as any old bottled cruddy, like an Arrowhead water or something like that, or Dasani. Put some pH drops into some Dasani, and that'll like, look at that. Talk about pee. That's some nice yellow pee right there. And so, yeah, that's so awesome, man. It's been so awesome having you as part of the family, and our relationship continues to grow, and over the years, it's going to grow and grow and grow and grow. And I can't wait till I get the chance to finally get to meet you and give you a real hug instead of just a hoodie, you know.
Yep.
So at this point, I would like to, because we're about a half an hour in right now. And so what I would like to ask you is, for our listening audience, for the people that are going to be hearing this as time goes by, I always ask everybody, what is the most important piece of advice that you would give to somebody who is curious, who is that skeptic, who thinks we're nuts? What would what hit you the hardest? I mean, that book, of course, that kind of changed things, but what's the most important message that you would want to give out to our audience in regards to this water, and why they should really seriously consider getting it into their lives? What's your most important?
Well, that's a tough one. I can't convince anybody to do anything. I'm just going to say, do your own research, figure it out, because the sooner you get it, the sooner it's going to work on your body. The younger you'll feel, the younger you'll be, the better your health is going to be. This will actually help bring your health back. But I mean, there's a point of no return where your body says, we're game over. But until you hit that point, you can actually work it back. I'm not saying you're going to live to be 306, but you're going to feel better. I mean, that's for sure. I mean, I'm 53 and I feel like I'm 43. I actually feel better. My target weight's about 175. And I figure come July, my goal is to hit 175. And then by June or July, I'll probably pick up the P90X again, turn into a rock, and then go hit the beach with my wife. That's the way it goes. But my advice is go figure it out. And I mean, buy the book or don't, but look around and you're going to find a lot of skeptics. But so what? A lot of people tell you to, immunize your kids. You need 106 shots by the time they're 3 years old. No, you don't. No, you don't. It's the government trying to kill you, run you. I don't know what the hell they're trying to do. Boy, that's a tough one. Advice, just learn it and do it. That's all there is. I mean, I feel better. So can you, Wow. I don't know. You kind of put me on the spot here because it's like, if you don't know what you don't know. So go know it. Go learn it. Go understand it. Go read about it.
I love it. That's some perfect advice, buddy. That's a little different than what other, because I always ask everybody at the end of every show, to give their most important heartfelt piece of advice to our audience. And that's a powerful one right there, really, because that's what we all have to do. For me, I just ignored and laughed for about 6 months. That's 6 months of my life I'll never get back, that I could have been drinking Kong's water. I cost myself 6 months. That was a pretty good expense, but we all learn our stuff in our own time frames. And, some people are going to do the kind of research that they should do. For any of you people out there who want to do some research, who want to take Gus's advice and, look into this, don't just use Google. Please do yourselves a favor. If you want some real research about this, you want to use Google Scholar. Go to Google Scholar and utilize that, because that's where all the peer-reviewed stuff, the triple and double-blind studies and on electrolyzed reduced water, that's where they're found. They're also found on PubMed, pubmed.gov. That's public medicine. And that's where all the scientists and researchers, that's where they put all their stuff. And there's literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of studies up there that are the kind of things that scientists are looking for. They're the double blind, triple blind, whatever, all these kinds of peer-reviewed things that you can get some real information. If you want real information, that's where you want to go. If you go to Google, what you're going to get is a bunch of our so-called competitors talking about how they're just as good as Kong for half the price, And the truth is, we don't even have any competitors. It's pretty cool having a product where you literally don't even have a single competitor in the whole wide world.
I was just going to say, when you think about it, you know, I owned a construction company for 20 years and other companies, and I never, ever, ever put another company down. If they screwed somebody, I might let somebody know that. But to spend all your marketing dollars trying to push other people down because they can't bring themselves up, that should tell everybody right there. You Google, you know, Enagic or Kangen, and they got all these other people telling you it's bad. There's a reason they're spending millions of dollars per month pushing other competitors down because they can't pull themselves up. And that should be just in life. I mean, you're not going to be able to stand on the shoulders of giants by pushing down people that are good. It ain't going to happen. You may get up there for a while. In my line of work, we call that black hat. That works really good for a short period of time, and then you are screwed worse than when you started.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's some super good advice, you know, and that's kind of one of our mantras in the Kong family is that our job is to reach down and pull people up. You know, if we're on the ladder and we're up the top of the ladder and there's people trying to climb up the ladder with us, you know, and we're not going to just put our foot down and step on their hands. We're going to put our hand down and reach down there and grab them and say, come on up here, get up here with me, you know, and let's rock this world together, you know. And that's what makes this company so dang powerful. Not to mention the lightning bolt in a box that we all get to have, but just the positivity and the willingness to help that seems to, you know, I've only met a couple of people that didn't have that mindset. But most everybody has a mentality over money mindset in this company. The money isn't the thing that drives them. The story and the phone calls saying thank you. Those are the things that drive us, and that's powerful stuff. And it just gives you a warm heart when you have somebody call you up. You know, the first time you have somebody call you up saying, thank you so much for changing my life. And you can feel the emotion in their voice. It's just ridiculously powerful. And it gives you so much passion to keep doing it, to keep sharing it, regardless of what people say. You know, like I have a niece who really wants to get this machine, something fierce, but her husband is a water guy. He does desalinization plants for General Electric down in the Virgin Islands. And he told her yesterday that she could get this same water. This is old technology. She could get this same water with some baking soda and some vinegar. It's like, dude, you know, this is after you watched a Kangen water video, you know, and no, you can't get that. You're not talking about apples and apples here. You're talking about apples and oranges, and no, you can't do that, kids. It's very important for people to understand out there that no, you cannot get Kangen water with baking soda and vinegar or any other kind of chemical, because Kangen water is not chemical, it's electricity. And your body needs that electricity. This thing right here runs on 120 millivolts and hydrogen.
That's right.
You can't get molecular hydrogen from baking soda. Sorry.
Doesn't exist.
I ain't no scientist. I ain't no chemist, but I'll tell you what, I happen to know that you can't get it from that. So in closing, Gus, I would like to ask you to, because you've already given this great advice on what your number one thing is for people, and I love that. What I would like you to do now is share with people, if you want to. This is totally up to you, because the thing that I tell every one of my guests is that we never know who's going to watch this video. We never know who's going to resonate with who. Some people might resonate with me. Some people might resonate with you, and they might go, you know, I want to hook up with that Gus dude. He rocks and rolls, man. I want to hook up with him. I want to be on his team. I want to get some help from him. So how do people get a hold of you? What do you have as far as contact information that you would like to give out? Websites that people can get a hold of you through, business pages, Facebook page, whatever. If somebody wants to get a hold of Gus, how do they do it?
Well, in all actuality, my name is Gus, Gus Fahrendorf, Fahrendorf. I'm the only one on the planet. So you can go to gusfahrendorf.com. That'll show you a little bit of what I do with internet marketing. You can email me at gus@fahrendorf.com, or just go into Facebook and type in Gus Fahrendorf up in Facebook and I'll pop up. I have two profiles in Facebook. One I use, one I don't use. So if you don't hear back from me, try the other one. Well, obviously one will be a couple years old in the feed and the other one will be up to date. So, and that's just it, plain and simple.
Yeah. Well, there you go, kids. If you want to hook up with Gus, do it. He's part of the family. He's looking to help other people become part of the family, or if they already are part of the family, we're looking to help and just, grab other people by the hand and lift them up the ladder, help them up.
And to go right with that, yeah, as far as the Kong family and obviously my personal and your personal well-being in life, we do reach down and pick people up. You want to learn internet marketing, you want to learn online e-com, you want to learn stuff like that, I can help you. Other people can help you too. And we get a more reward of pulling people up to work with us, and we work with as a team, not necessarily as an LLC, but as a team, and always giving each other advice. There's more energy that comes through that. You'll find more money will come through that too. And the money is just a byproduct of doing the right thing. Again, black hat will get you rich. Black hat will get you killed too. You do everything the proper way. Everything just flows the way it's supposed to. Money is called currency for a reason. Water flows in a current for a reason. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Oh, that's a good one. It's true. It works. So today, my advice for you, find somebody that could use some help and give them a little bit of help. If you're at the store, lady needs, open the door for somebody, say hello. Smile at someone and say hello. They'll freak out and you'll feel good.
Yeah, I love that you just came up with that, because we're going to go ahead and close today's show with this little story. I'm going to tell you this, and this is something I absolutely love to do. I have changed people's attitude so many times with this. It's literally one of my favorite things to do. And it's the most fun when you got one of those stores that has two automatic doors. It's got the one on the outside and then another one on the inside where, you got to go through these two, sensor things where you go in, it sees you, it opens the door automatically. Well, one of my favorite things to do is when I'm walking into a store like that and I know there's an automatic door, I always take the time to look around me and see who's coming in the store. See if there's somebody coming in that's just ahead of me or just behind me. And if they're ahead of me, I kind of speed up a little bit, try and get in front of them. If they're behind me, I kind of slow down, and so that we both end up coming up to that door at the same time. And then when we get to that door, I get to the door and I stop and I turn around and look at them with a big smile and I reach out to open up that door and I go, "Hey, let me get that door for you." And it's crazy the things that people do, I'll look for people that are not looking like they're in the greatest mood in the world.
Right.
And those kind of people, I really go after it. I try to get up there and get in front of them and then do that. And it's amazing how you see people go from to, wow,
Oh, yeah.
And if you've got those double doors, they walk through that door and they get to the next one and they stop and they open that door for you. They look back at you and go, "Hey, let me get that door for you."
Yeah. And it's like, it's
get to the place where you're yammering with each other and you both end up walking in there with big smiles on your face. And we always say, never underestimate the power of a smile.
Oh yeah.
Somebody smile, opening up a door for them. I challenge people that are watching this that just heard that, give it a try sometime and watch how much it changes your attitude and their attitude.
Yeah.
I make a habit of having a smile on my face, and even if I'm not in a good mood, when I'm interacting with other people, I'm immediately in a good mood, because that's the way you need to be. And that, it's better to share out positive energy and smiles, because that'll change people's lives. And I try like crazy to do it regardless of what kind of a mood I'm in. But if I happen to be in a bad mood, doing something like that, it changes that in a heartbeat, because all of a sudden you got another person smiling with you, and it really changes things. So folks, give it a try. Gus, if you've never tried it, give it a try.
If you want a little scientific proof on that, go smile at a dog. They'll smile back. And if you want to, go Google NLP, state changer. 2 words, NLP, state changer. Smiling at people changes their state, makes them great.
Yes, it does, brother. And that's what we're all about here at the Kong family. And so, you know, it's been such a blessing having you on the show today, buddy. I so appreciate it. You know, I love you, and I love.
Well, heck, if you'd like, I'd like to come back once a month. Next time, I'll even take a shower. I'll be skinnier.
Yes, I'd love it. We'll schedule you up. Pick your day that you want, and we'll put you on the schedule. So you just come in on the same day every month if you want to do that.
Yeah, that'd be
come
fun.
In on a different day every month. That's fine too. But yeah, I'd love to have you come in.
Getting rid of my shyness and starting to fire up podcasts in other parts of the world and interviewing people and being interviewed. So yeah, I think that'd be great.
Yeah, and to everybody out there, if you want to learn how to do this kind of stuff, Gus is really good at doing things like video editing and building websites and helping people market their website. So if you want to put together a Kangen Water page where you could, you know, have a capture page and that kind of stuff, Gus might be able to help you out with that.
Better yet, if you guys actually want to learn internet marketing if you're in the Kangen, if you're a reseller or anything like that, doesn't matter, reach out to me. And if I get 5 people reaching out to me on Facebook mentioning this, I'll put together a free membership site and I'll just start throwing lessons in there. And if you got a question, ask me. I've been doing this for a long time, man. That's
going to be some powerful stuff. So reach out to them, kids. And I know I'm going to reach out for that because I'd like to see something like that. That can help me. I could use all the help I could get.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Let me grab my camera here. Whoop. That's all my ClickFunnels stuff right there. Bam. Here's my certificate. See, they teach me how to do this stuff.
This guy's certified. There you go, man. Awesome, brother. Well, yeah, so with that said, I look forward to seeing you next month on the show again. And, you know, thanks again. It's definitely been awesome having you on here today and some nice golden nuggets for people. And just appreciate you coming on and sharing your story, man, because that's really what it's all about. The old saying in network marketing and marketing in general is that facts tell and stories sell.
There you go.
You know, ultimately people's stories are going to resonate with people. You know, I ignored it all for a while, and it was a story that opened up my brain cell and turned the light bulb on. Yep. And so that's part of the reason why we do what we do, but it's just we want to help people understand so that they can make a wise choice. And you know, it furthers our goal that's our real simple, easy goal that we're all working on. Yeah. We just want to change the world. And so you guys out there, we love you. And as usual, don't forget your hugs.
All right. Bye-bye.
You guys have an awesome day. Thanks, Gus. Have a blessed day. Make sure to give Paula a big hug for me. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.
All right. Take care.
Have an awesome day, buddy.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.